Hello? Hello? Come in up there. I'm not getting any response. Is this normal? Is there something I need to do? Push a button or something? Does he know I'm here? Hello? Hello, Pat, pick up or connect or whatever you guys do. Pat. Thank goodness.
Hello, Kaye. They didn't tell me it was gonna be you.
I'm glad to see you're okay. What's going on? They wanted me in here pretty quick. They wouldn't tell me much. Something about you staying on the station? Has the mission been extended?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that the mission's been extended. I would more say that I am extending the mission.
I don't understand the difference.
Yeah. You know, from up here, it all looks so huge.
What? What looks so huge?
The planet. So gigantic when you look at it. And then you remember that our whole life is just a surface layer. That's all we are. That's all life is. Just an almost imperceptibly thin membrane covering the planet. Almost nothing, really.
Well, that just about clears everything up. Why did they bring me in, Pat? Where's Mike?
Okay, I've decided not to leave. I've decided to stay on the space station.
You've decided. You yourself. I don't quite understand what that means.
Well, what is there not to understand? I've decided not to return to Earth.
How can you even do that? How can you just stay up there?
Well, it's pretty simple. At this point, it basically involves negative effort.
So when Mike leaves tomorrow on the Dragon, you're just not going to go?
Yeah, that's the plan.
And so then, when would you come back?
Well, actually, never.
What, are you nuts? Why would you do this? You're going to ruin your career.
Yeah, well, that is the least of my concerns right now. I just really don't see the point of returning to Earth.
But you can't do that, Pat. Nobody's ever just stayed on the station because they decided to. It's not your decision.
Well, who's going to stop me, The space police? You think Mike or Dmitri or Anatoly are going to drag me into the capsule? Yeah, I don't think so. You see, I think that the Russians are actually rooting for me.
What does Mike think about it?
Yeah, well, he's not happy.
This is ridiculous, Pat. You can't just not come back. Why? What are you going to do up there anyway?
Well, there's lots of experiments that need to be done up here, and there's always more. I've started contacting some of the scientists about extending their onboard projects.
And NASA is letting you do that?
No one's stopped me yet.
Maybe because no one believes you're actually going to do this. I mean, if this is some sort of elaborate practical joke, you can stop now because it's not funny.
No, it's no joke. I mean, think of the data NASA is going to get as I grow old in space. I mean, they got to see the silver lining in that, right? But seriously, for example, there's this group from this university in Louisiana, and they are doing this experiment where they are infecting mice with viruses. Don't worry, it's safe viruses. But see, it turns out that the dormant viruses might reactivate in zero gravity. So
Pat, I don't care about the mice and the viruses.
Well, you asked me what I was going to do up here, and I'm just trying to explain.
I'm sorry, Pat. This is kind of hard for me to take in. And I don't understand why you're doing this.
Well, The Earth is done. Or I am done with the Earth, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, no. No, not this again. Listen, this negativity is what broke us, Pat. I still don't think you even understand that. When you start in with this stuff, I can feel it in my chest, like a pain in my chest. I know hitting you with the divorce a couple of months before the mission was hard, but I don't know when would have been a good time. I just knew that it was time. I still care about you, Pat. But I need more hope in my life, or at least some. I just knew I couldn't wait any longer.
Yeah. It almost got me taken off the mission.
I'm sorry. It hasn't been pleasant for me either, you know? Is that what this is about?
Well, it certainly made the decision easier, but don't flatter yourself.
Then what is this about?
Well, I told you, humanity is done. Or I am done with it. It's a mutual agreement. I mean, it's over, right? It's just a matter of time. Look at the temperature. I mean, look at the Arctic. I mean, really just look at the Arctic. They're not doing anything except putting a Band-Aid on it and then slapping each other on the back. We look at the riots and the protests and the killings and the epidemics and the overdoses. You see, this is what it looks like, Kaye.
This is what I mean, Pat. You've got to stop this. It doesn't go anywhere but down.
Yeah. Aren't you even gonna ask me what it looks like?
What? What does it look like?
The end of the world. Global warming's a done deal. People have become so anti-science that they can't handle a pandemic that's basically a common cold turned lethal. The protests and the unrest and the military forces to shut them down are just a self-perpetuating cycle. The economy belongs to a sociopathic oligarchy. We can't even predict the weather accurately anymore. Nobody and nothing gets real money except the stock market and the CEOs, and it's all done willingly. It's all done democratically. That's just so hard to take. You know, we're all just like frogs in a pot saying, "Yeah, turn up the heat, feels real good." No, it felt good to leave. But I didn't really know how I felt until I got here. That's when I decided not to return to Earth. I can't go back to a planet that's dying of greed, stupidity, and willful destruction. See, I can't be near that. I need to protect myself. I feel clearer here now. Yeah. That's probably why they called you in.
Pat, I don't know.
So you see, I haven't changed. I've just gotten stronger.
Pat, I can't climb back in this hole with you, and I don't know how to help you get out of it. I didn't know how to get out of it. But I know everything you say is real, but I can't live in a world that dark. I keep telling you this, but I don't know if you really hear me. It's horrible, yes. Everything's horrible, I agree, but I've got to have some light. And so do the kids. I don't know how to help you, Pat.
Well, clearly I don't need your help. I figured out a way to just get away from it all for good.
But the kids need their father, Pat, if nothing else.
Oh, what kind of hypocritical crap is that from a woman who used daddy's money to hire a high-priced shark to get full custody of my kids, almost, huh? You know, I was perfectly happy with our marriage, with our family. Never really understood the word blindsided before.
That is not fair. I tried talking to you so many times. You never listened.
Yeah, excuse of the century.
All you ever wanted to talk about was what was wrong with the world. I felt hopeless and helpless.
Oh, you take my kids away from me and you call yourself helpless?
My father insisted that I use his attorney. I'm sorry. Everything moved so fast. Listen, we can renegotiate custody if you come back. Look, when you come back.
Now who's the practical joker?
Pat, this is totally crazy. You can't do this. What am I supposed to tell the kids? What am I supposed to tell anybody? This is completely insane.
Yeah, I feel real sorry for all the explaining you're gonna have to do.
That's not what I mean. Don't twist my words. This is unbelievably selfish.
Yeah, I think you mean selfless. Selfish seems to fit you better.
Screw you, Pat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you and Daddy already did. Listen, if that's all you got, I think we're probably done here for now. So station signing off.
Pat? Pat? Hello? Where's the Capcom? He turned off his feed. Is he allowed to do that? Could someone get the Capcom? Oh my God.
Hey, it's good to see you, Mike. Hey, so you made you to Capcom,
Maybe I'm more important than you think. Maybe I'm in charge of other things too. Actually, look, I just asked to talk to you privately, so Capcom went to get some coffee.
Yeah, it was about time, you jerk. Where the heck you been, huh? Starting to think that they'd arrested you or something.
No, not quite. But they wouldn't let me talk to you because they thought I helped you plan this. Took a while before they believed that I was just as blindsided as everyone else. You know, your little stunt is causing quite a lot of problems for us down here.
Yeah, boo-ho. Listen, Mike, if this is what you want to talk about, I'm going to sign off because I have spoken to everyone at NASA about my decision to stay here, and I am tired of talking about it. Hey, I even got to talk to the president.
You talked to Mr. T.
Hey, I don't think you should call him that. It might insult the real Mr. T.
And I pity the fool who does that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It was actually quite refreshing talking to the president. Made me feel, sort of mentally balanced.
Yeah. Well, listen, Pat. I wanted to talk to you about Kaye.
Oh, about Kaye?
Yeah. She wanted me to talk to you.
What? You wanted to talk to me, or she wanted you to talk to me? Those are different things.
Have you been watching the news lately?
No. Now you're talking about the news. You know you're not being quite coherent, right, Mike? You know, I'm supposed to be the crazy one.
You seen they were going back into lockdown. They say it'll be a few weeks, this time due to some sort of swine flu. They're predicting it might be worse than the coronavirus.
Yeah, I know. I seen it. I thought we already did the swine flu.
Yeah, I guess it's swine flu 2 or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm a rocket scientist. It seems you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Mike, is there a point or a destination in this conversation somewhere?
I'm going to isolate with Kaye and the kids.
Oh, okay. Right. What, at my house?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Sure, right. Were you lonely?
I think Kaye is. I mean, I know Kaye is frightened. You know, the riots in Illinois where all those people were killed accidentally. I mean, that scared her a lot.
We don't live in Illinois.
It's happening everywhere. I mean, it could get out of hand anywhere.
You live less than a mile away from us. It takes you 2 minutes, 28 seconds to get to my house. Remember, we timed it once.
Kaye and I have been seeing each other.
What?
Listen, Pat, you two have been separated for months now. And I like her, Pat. I really like her.
Which, she's my frickin' wife, man.
She left you months ago.
Man, how could you do this to me?
Technically, I'm not doing anything to you.
Well, how long has this been going on? Hang on, is this why you didn't really argue when I told you that I was going to stay at the station, right?
What? What did I tell you, huh? I told you it was a ridiculous, unprofessional, and highly reckless decision that would endanger all of us and potentially damage the entire space program.
Yeah, and then you went back to work like normal.
What? You being serious right now?
Well, not that I would have changed my mind, but it sure opens up the way with Kaye if I'm living up here.
What was I supposed to do? We had to work. We did discuss sedating you and bringing you back.
Right, yeah, and why didn't you?
That was my mistake. See, I told command that when it was time to leave, you do the right thing. That's why they thought I helped you.
Who started it?
Who started what?
You or Kaye?
Come on, Pat. Grow up.
All right, yeah. So it was you, right? You started it.
Actually, she asked me out first.
Right. So what? Are you gonna adopt my kids too?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. We've only just started. I don't even know if this is gonna be something serious yet or not.
Wait, you're moving into my frickin' house?
Because of the quarantine, right? It's not safe for Kaye and the kids by themselves. 2 different state buildings were set on fire here this week.
All right, so you're gonna save him, huh? What about my dog? You gonna save him too? Yeah, you take my wife and kids, you gotta take my dog too. Otherwise, what's he gonna do?
She's your ex-wife, Pat.
The divorce is not final yet. I haven't signed the papers.
Yeah, because you're on a freaking space station and you won't come down.
I ought to come down there and kick your ass.
I wish you would, buddy. I really wish you would. When Dmitri and Anatoly leave, it's just going to be you up there alone.
No. That's not standard procedure.
You're freaking right, it's not. I mean, it violates international safety regs. You broke standard procedure, Pat.
So when is the next flight up?
I'm sorry, Pat. Command told me not to tell you that.
Well, I can just look online.
I don't think so. Look, they said only essential dialogue with you on official matters from now on. You tried to access your NASA home account recently? They said they locked you out.
Well, what about all the experiments that I'm helping out with here?
I have no information on that, man. Sorry.
Well, I'll just keep logging the data then. It's no reason scientists should suffer because I've decided to leave Earth forever. Kind of wish I would have held out for a Mars mission, but, well, gotta take what's available, I guess.
Yeah, speaking of logging data, it's been noticed that apparently you haven't logged any time on the treadmill or any gym equipment for a few weeks now.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Any reason why?
Well, I've decided to do my own experiment. Since I have no intention of coming down, I figure there's no reason to keep up my muscle mass. I mean, that's all so we return to gravity in reasonable shape, right? I mean, so no one really knows what happens in really long-term microgravity with no countermeasures. I mean, it's neat, huh? You see, if they build a moon base before civilization ends, I might move there. But you see that is so low gravity that I don't think I'll have to worry about that.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure that's a great plan, buddy. I think you'll start having some serious health issues.
Yeah, well, doing good so far.
Pat, I gotta go soon. There's a strict curfew now because of the riots, and I gotta leave now to get back to the house before then.
Yeah. My house.
Your house. Come back with Dmitri and Anatoly on the Soyuz, Pat.
No can do. I don't live on Earth anymore. Hey, Mike. Mike, this has only just occurred to me, so I don't really know how I feel about this, but if anything happens to me up here and things do work out with you and Kaye, I think I'd want you to adopt my kids.
A minute ago, you threatened to kick my ass.
Yeah, if I were coming back down, I surely would, trust me.
I think it's a little premature to talk about this now, don't you think?
I'm just saying.
You know, you're screwing up a lot of things for a lot of people, Pat.
Yeah, it's been good talking to you, Mike. Even if you are stealing my wife, my family, and my dog. I love you, buddy. Okay, station out. Good morning, Houston. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Please respond if you can hear me. This is still not funny. So this is day 3. But you know that already, don't you? Come on, is anybody home? Hello? I get it, right? You're pissed off with me, but I'm not hurting anybody up here. Come on, at least tell me if Dmitri and Anatoly landed okay. Yeah, and since you've cut off all my comms, please tell them Nostrovia for me. Come on, look, I know this is coming from you because I've spent the last 2 days checking every freaking comm circuit in this station, and guess what? They all check out, so come on, guys. Station to Houston, hello. At least send me a news feed, some Netflix, anything. Look at me. I am the most isolated human in the universe. What, so I'm just supposed to wait here until another crew get here before I have someone to talk to? See, I don't even know when that is. So I'm assuming that you are doing this on purpose. I know the unrest was amping up recently, but I can't believe anyone would target mission control. I mean, that would just be crazy, right? So I am operating under the hypothesis that this is on purpose, and it is definitely not funny. And if you think that this is going to have the effect of making me want to leave the station, you can think again. I am not going to change my mind, so we're going to have to find a way to work this out. Come on, Houston. This is Major Tom to ground control. Hello. Here I am, sitting in a tin can, far below the moon. Planet Earth is blue. Hey, how about I just sing to you until you can't stand it anymore, and then you reconnect my reception? Okay, if this is on purpose, then I know for sure that you are listening to me, so here goes. Enjoy. Though I've gone 500,000 miles a day, I'm feeling very still, and I think my station knows which way to go. Tell my wife I think she's full of crap. She knows ground control. This is Major Pat. Your circuit's dead. Is something wrong? Can you hear me, ground control? Can you hear me, ground control? Can you hear me, ground control? Can you hear? Am I floating in a tin can, far below the moon? Planet Earth is blue. Planet Earth is through, and there's nothing I can do. Listen, guys, if there's been some sort of incident down there, I know the unrest was getting worse, and the new epidemic on top of the old epidemic, pandemic. Hope everybody's okay down there. If this is not on purpose, I just want to say that I'm really worried about all of you. So I've started to take an inventory of my food. It wasn't on my duty list, and since I can't get into my NASA account, I can't see a full manifest. Seems like quite a lot, but I will have a full list to you within 24 hours. Yeah, and the water recovery system seems fine, so as long as that keeps working, we're all good here. Listen, I might have misremembered, but I'm pretty sure there hasn't been an orbital reboost in a while. I'm not worried, but you guys are usually in charge of all that. So I've pulled out the print manuals on the thrusters to start to try to figure out how I can do it from here, but unless you give me account access back, I don't really know when it needs to be done. So I would have to guess, I know there's not an exact time period. Let me think. It has to be done about once a month, right? We don't want to fall out of orbit now, do we? Huh? But right now, I'm not going to worry about it. We got plenty of time, right? So, there's no problem. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave this channel on for now, open continuously. It's not much of a power draw, and the solar panels seem fine, so I'm not worried about power. The primary bottlenecks right now seem to be food and fuel for the reboost thrusters. Yeah, I can maybe partially start to solve one of those with a little gardening redesign. Yeah, hope you guys don't mind. So, yeah, I hope you guys are okay down there. I'm gonna just turn up the volume so I can hear you wherever I am in the station. Yeah. So I'm here. Whenever you guys come back or decide you want to talk to me, I'll be here. I'll be right here.